Hello friends, Idaho Garden Girl here, and today is September 8th, and it's windy, so I'm trying to find a sheltered spot here in my yard to at least start off the video. Today I want to talk about okra. Now, I wasn't raised eating okra, and I've tried it. I tried it fried, and I tried it boiled, or it was in a soup. Both of these times was a long time ago, and I didn't really care for it. So a couple of years ago, I found some okra plants at Lowe's, and it was kind of in June or July, something like that, and I was like, oh, maybe I could find a spot to tuck those in. And then so I planted them, and they didn't do anything for me. So the reason they didn't do well for me, I think, is because I didn't know that I had to pick them when they were small. And so I let them get big. And of course, then when I tried to eat them, I cut them off the bush, and then I tried to eat them, they were woody. And so I didn't, obviously, I was like, oh, I think I should have picked these earlier. So anyway, the next year I decided to try again. And I planted the dwarf long green pod from Lowe's. And I was amazed. I was absolutely amazed because they did well and they produced well. And I really enjoyed eating them raw. So this last winter I did research on what sort of okra could be grown in containers. So I wanted to grow them in containers because I didn't want to take up raised bed space that I could use to grow a different crop. So I was looking for some that were small but very productive. So let me show you the seeds that I got. So here are the three varieties. Here is the dwarf long green pod, and I got these from St. Clair Heirloom Seeds, and they take 55 days to maturity, and they only get 2.5 to 3 feet tall. I don't think there isn't, this is kind of a general instructions, not necessarily for this particular variety, but this is a dwarf long green pod. And then I also got Okinawa pink okra, and it said it is mature in 60 days and it gets 2 to 3 feet tall. So I got these from Seven Hill Farm. And then the last one that I sowed was Alice Elliott okra. Oops, darn that wind, it blew that package away. And these I got from Snake River Seed Cooperative. That's a local seed cooperative. And these were 80 days and 3 to 4 feet tall. It says it's a drought and heat tolerant, reliable producer of 4 to 6 inch pods on tidy plants. So that seemed like something that could work in a pot. So now let me show you the plants. Sorry about the wind noise, but I really can't help the wind. So here's okra plants, and I sowed the seeds on the 4th of May in cells, and then I transplanted them out here on the 5th of July. And these pots are plastic half barrels. They're 14 inches tall and they're about 20 inches in diameter. Let's look at the soil I used. So this is the soil that I used. Zamzo's Organic Garden and Raised Bed Mix. And this is the fertilizer that I used. And I just followed the instructions. You can see it's a Dr. Earth 463 tomato, vegetable, and herb fertilizer. And every day I water these until the water runs out the bottom. And you would be surprised how much water these okra actually take up. By this afternoon, those reservoirs, saucers down there will be completely dry. So this is Alice Elliott, and I have a plant in here, and there's also some parsnips, and it's doing okay, it's doing good. As you can see, I need to harvest. There's pods here, a couple of pods here on this. Oh, there's a wasp. And there's a couple of pods. There's 3 pods on this other stalk. There's one here, and one up here. So they can all be harvested. Now I really like this variety. It's doing really well. However, let's remember this one is 80 days, and it didn't really seem like it was something that was going to be extra short. But anyway, I decided to try it, and that's what I've gotten. This one, this pot, is dwarf long green pod. And I have 3 plants in here, and there's some parsnips in here as well. So this one has a pod there, and there's a pod over here on this plant, and there's a pod over here on this plant coming along. And so it pretty much is doing the same thing as it did last year. Look at this up here. There's a ton of buds getting ready to bloom, and so that'll be a whole nother crop, hopefully. And then the last one is Okinawa Pink. Now check this out. Can you see that? Can you see all of those red pods? Holy moly. This thing is short. It's about 3 feet tall. And it is loaded with pods. On every stalk, it's loaded. Now, I planted 3 plants in here, and they have each branched out to make more than one stalk, and every single one of them is loaded with pods. So I am definitely planning to grow Okinawa Pink okra next year. So here is my crop for today. It's been a couple of days, like it's been 2 days. It's been 2 days since I last picked. And you can see that Okinawa Pink is so productive. This is the dwarf long green pod. That's 3 plants worth, just saying, today. And that is the Alice Elliott. And I only have one of those plants, and it's producing like that. So I like the raw okra just tossed into a salad. And of course you can use the salad dressing of your choice. I also like it chopped up and made into a quick pickle, adding salt, sugar, a little bit of vinegar, and some water. Very, very tasty. I could just sit down and eat this. It's so good. And then I also made some pickled in a jar with pickling spices. And I did not water bath these, so these are in the refrigerator, but they're very tasty. So if you have not grown okra before because you weren't sure that you had the space for it and you weren't sure you would like the taste of it, you might try some smaller variety in a container, and you might try eating it raw. I absolutely love it. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.